This Philadelphia Eagles team is an absolute disgrace. What an embarrassing performance they put up here in Jerry's World. Absolutely pathetic. 2 minutes left to go in the game. They got blown out 37-10 to Dallas. 37-10. Oh my God, they are a joke. This Eagles team is just terrible. And I'm not saying they can't get it together, but right now they just look absolutely pathetic. I mean, they played with no heart, no passion. They looked terrible out there. Dallas did whatever they wanted to them in the run and pass game. Dak Prescott didn't even really have an impressive game. He threw a touchdown and a pick. I think he had 237 passing yards. Zeke got over 100 yards rushing, but they just did whatever they wanted. It was an easy game for them. They kept scoring points. They kept running the ball and just beating up the Eagles D-line on the ground. It was absolutely embarrassing. This Eagles offense is so anemic, and I don't understand why. You know, you got Howard there, but you can't initiate anything really impressive on the run game. You still got Zach Ertz there, but they're not getting him the ball enough. You got Dallas Goedert, but he ain't doing much. Then you got Alshon Jeffrey. This guy ain't showing up. And then you got this guy, Nelson Aguilar, getting his nickname back. Nelson Occasional Hands Aguilar. He's had that back a couple of weeks, and he has yet to remove that nickname. Absolutely pathetic performance, and I don't understand what's wrong with this offense. How could they look so anemic without Deshaun Jackson? This offense is completely different when Deshaun Jackson doesn't play. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. How do you go into Dallas and get blown out 37-10? Are you kidding me? But what's worse than Philadelphia's offense is their defense. Good God, these guys suck. Oh. Their secondary can't cover anything. They can't stop the run. They can't cover the pass. They get beat over the top. They are a joke, an embarrassment, a disgrace. You can't even come up with the amount of words to describe this defense. 37 points? 37 points? Really? Really, Eagles defense? Oh, my God. I feel bad for Carson Wentz because this is the team he has to play for. Carson Wentz is a talented player, but his offense isn't giving him anything. They're not doing him any favors, and he's stuck with this. He also threw a pick as well. He did not play a great game because he had to force the ball a lot, and his receivers aren't making the catches. They're not getting open. There's nothing there for this guy. You got to feel bad for him. He's such a talented player, but there's nothing there for him. And I think at the end of the day, it really comes down to leadership. I mean, also, these guys are just straight up trash. But I feel like part of it has to come down to leadership. I got to say this. No question, Carson Wentz is more talented than Dak Prescott. But Dak Prescott is a better leader than Carson Wentz. Because with Dak Prescott, he may not play the best every week, but his team rallies behind him. His team will get up when he needs them most, and they will rally behind him, and they will play well. This was a crucial divisional game, and Dallas stepped up. Defense stepped up and shut down the Eagles' offense. Dallas's offense stepped up and killed it in the run game and put up points and blew these guys out. That's a team that rallies behind their quarterback. You got to give credit to him. He may not be better than Carson Wentz in terms of talent, but he is definitely a better leader. Carson Wentz? It doesn't even seem like this Eagles locker room can rally behind this dude. And it's not even his fault. They just can't seem to rally behind him. And it all comes back to Nick Foles. That Eagles locker room loved Nick Foles. They rallied behind him. That led to their Super Bowl championship. When they won that Super Bowl, it changed everything. Carson Wentz goes down again last season, and you see them rallying again. Games you didn't think they could win to make the playoffs, they're winning it with Nick Foles. That locker room rallied behind him. He was a leader for them. Got him to the postseason. Should have beat the Saints had Alshon Jeffrey not had that pass go in his hands. They were going to beat the Saints. That's how great the Eagles were playing. They rallied behind Nick Foles. But now that he's gone, the locker room's divided. There are still people in that locker room who miss Nick Foles and believe he's a better leader than Carson Wentz and wanted him to stay. And you can just tell because these guys are not rallying, they're not playing, they're not stepping up to the plate and doing anything at all. How could you leave your leader out there to dry like that? Carson Wentz got nothing. And with Deshaun Jackson, his injury self, he probably going to be out for most of the season. You're not getting anything with this Eagles team. It's absolutely embarrassing. they've got a serious problem, because if you think they're gonna, if you think any team in the two teams in the NFC East are going to the playoffs, it's not happening. No wild card is coming through the NFC East. You got the NFC North with the Packers and Vikings going at it. Then you got the South with the Panthers and the Saints going at it. And then you got the West with the 49ers and the Seahawks and even the Rams. They're going at it. You think either Dallas or Philadelphia is going to get a wild card spot? No. If you're going to make the playoffs in the NFC East, you need to win the division. This was a crucial game, and Philadelphia didn't show up. Embarrassing. They're in serious trouble. This Eagles team is in serious trouble. They got to figure something out. They got to get it together. They just look terrible. They're in trouble, man. They are in some serious trouble. 3-4. Season's not over. But if they don't win this division, they're not going to the playoffs. It's as simple as that. You need to win the division to make the playoffs for the NFC East. But yeah, terrible performance by the Eagles. But congrats to the Cowboys. Zeke, 22 carries, 112 yards, a touchdown. He also got a couple catches. DeMarcus Lawrence had a sack and a forced fumble. And Dak Prescott, he threw a pick, but he had a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown. So they did it together on the ground. They killed it, and they got the win. They blew these dudes out. So shout out to the Cowboys. First place in the NFC East. If they can keep this momentum up, they should be good. You know, they had that 3-game losing streak. They're trying to get back on it together. So, you know, if they can get it together, this division's theirs. Because the Redskins, they're not doing anything. The Giants just don't have the talent to help Daniel Jones do anything. And the Eagles, they're a mess right now. The Cowboys aren't the best team. But legit, they have less problems than the other teams. If they really get it together, they're going to win this division, no problem. So congrats to the Cowboys. Although I hate to say that, congrats to the Cowboys. You won the game. You dominated. If you can build off this, the NFC East is yours. So, yeah, Dallas goes to 4-3, first in the division. The Eagles fall to 3-4 and then absolutely embarrass themselves. There are questions in that Eagles locker room about the leadership and coaching and decision making. We don't know. They got to figure that out. But yeah, that's all I got for this. Absolutely embarrassing by the Eagles. And yeah, that's it. I'm out of here. Peace.